A big event in my life was my first trip to the neighborhood barbershop. Jessie dressed me with care. She had me put on my new suit and shoes, then marched me out of the house. She had always cut my hair at home, but since I was going to start school in the fall, she decided to have it done at the barbershop. The men sitting around the place stared at us when we entered. I didn't care. The barbershop was a foreign place to me. I stared around in wonder. The tall chairs with men sitting in them, getting their hair combed, the glittering mirrors that surrounded the walls. All of this was a new world for me. The loud music from the jukebox made my feet sway with the beat as I danced along beside Jessie, keeping up. She seemed unconcerned as she walked up to me in an empty chair. She spoke to a short, fat, balding barber. "I want you to cut it off the back real good, but don't take much off the top." The barber sighed. "Why is it, girl, every time one of you bring a red nigga, you always say just cut a little off, but when you bring in a black boy, you want to cut it all off?" Jessie stared at him coldly. "Nigga, all you gotta do is look at your head in the mirror, then look at his hair. But that ain't neither here nor there. I ain't got nothing to do with how you cut some little black boy's hair. What I'm worried about is how you cut my little red nigger's hair. So you pay heed, nigga. This red one mine, and you cut it like I say." She whirled on her heel and stalked out. The men lounging in the shop laughed loudly. One heavy-voiced moan roared over the noise. "I bet you cut that boy's hair right, Lou." Lou seemed to take it as a joke. He smiled, displaying a row of yellow-stained teeth. "That's just what I was telling you boys the other day. A nigga couldn't give me no black woman. There's the most meanest woman God ever put breath in," he continued. "You damn near gotta be crazy to fight with Jessie anyway. She fight like a man." Another bystander spoke up. "Shit, man, consider yourself lucky if she fight and don't do no cutting. That black girl there is sure enough mean with a razor." The barber rubbed my head the way Jessie did sometimes before he started to trim my hair. After he finished with my haircut, he bought me a pop and sat me up on the shoe stand. "I wonder where your mom went," he asked offhandedly. One of the idle bystanders spoke up. "She probably caught a trick, Lou." Lou shook his head for the man to remain silent, but the man continued. "Hell, Lou, don't you ever think that boy know what his mother does? Ask him what his name is." "I know what his name is," Lou answered. I was too young to understand the pity the man had for me, but his kindness was understood. Jessie came through the door, walking as though the world belonged to her. Her high-heeled shoes rang louder than the taps on my heels as she took that long stride of hers. She stopped and swayed, her hands on her hips. Every eye in the barber shop was on this tall black woman who carried herself with such pride. "Well, Lou, I guess I won't have to make you knock down one of these walls getting out of here this time," Lou grinned. "I'm sure glad you ain't gonna do me no harm, Jess. I should start to cut a little more off the top, though. You damn near got this boy looking like a girl with all this hair on his head." Jessie reached up and removed me from the shoe stand. She picked me up with the same ease that Lou had shown. "I'm glad you didn't, Lou," she said. "I know how I want my pimp's hair to look, and this is the only pimp I got."